Oh my God. Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody just calm down.
Help!
Here. Oh, take my hand.
Ah!
Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take my hand.
I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Because I'm a hot little potato right now.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Wow. Welcome, everybody. Early show today. Big business on the agenda. I was just, funnily enough, I just had my latest video with Tug blocked. The Cheers theme is no more, guys. I'm going to do something different. Time for season 2 of Late Night with Comicsgate. But that works out because I was working on a new theme, and then Twitter starts blowing up. And what's going on? I see a message from Von Klaus. He's been false flagged, and yeah, so this is the new thing now apparently. And I thought, well, I already had Cody Fernandez from Jack Irons schedule on to come on today. So I asked him, hey, we have to talk about this. Are you cool? He's like, yes, absolutely. And I thought, we got to get on this now because this is craziness. And we need to find out what the hell is going on. So it's not going to be a normal show today. I apologize. I'm not going to do the normal routine. I'll just say hello to a couple of you. Hello, Shant. Hello, Rob. Hello, Jeremy. Hello, Nicholas. Hello, Eric and Stephen. But it isn't a normal show today, so I don't think I'm going to do the normal hellos. Apologize for that, but this is insanity. This is insanity. Let's bring on Cody and Von. Fellas, what the hell is going on out there?
Yeah.
Hold on, Von, you're muted.
How's this?
There you go.
That's perfect.
I was just saying that the animals are restless.
No question.
Yeah, Jeremy, I'm gatekeeping the chat already. I know. Did Bancroft just flag Von just as an excuse to avoid hailing me? All right, Mo, you get your hail. Hail Mo Biggs. And as well, I got a super chat from Jennifer. Michael, hello to you all and my chat angels. Probably more mushy super chats coming soon. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Von, when did this happen? What the hell is going on?
I was just getting rested in, playing frisbee with my dog in the backyard, getting ready for a nice night in, and Indiegogo sent me an email from the trust and what is it? Their community trust and whatever the hell.
Yeah,
Safety.
GoFundMe Indiegogo collaboration that spawned the so-called trust and safety.
Okay, well. Which is apparently the new fun thing to exploit because somebody waited till we're almost done with the campaign, 2 days to go. And here I am getting a message that one of my perks violated community guidelines for promoting violence.
Okay.
The creepy thing is they say we cannot give you any of your funds until this perk is removed. You have to refund people for the perk or give them an alternate item now. They won't tell me what perk it is, which is really weird. And I'm just looking. I see that I have a comic book with a little bit of blood on it on the cover. Maybe that's what caused the offense. I feel like if it is, and someone just used that to report me, then I could talk it out with Indiegogo and hopefully just fix this situation quick because, I have to eat. I need money too to be able to like get this book out and to get it to people quick. So and be able to pay my team. So this is messed up. I don't have squabbles with people. I don't do weird online Game of Thrones shit. I make art to entertain people and have fun. And I love working with different artists in the background. And I'm just trying to make cool books, man. I'm just a guy in Tulsa, Oklahoma trying to make books. So like, this is kind of insane to me. I didn't think this would happen, The Thought it was just kind of an easygoing campaign, but I guess someone has a grudge or something.
That's insanity.
No Biggs has the suggestion. I guess it's probably the toy. That was the first thing I thought of. Was he's got Nazis in there. You know how they are with the Nazis.
Yeah.
You can't even allude to them anymore, and then they
if it's a perk and if it's the vial, I mean, how does the vial promote violence? It's just something that the main hero has on his belt that he huffs gas from, and it literally has a toxic warning label on the top. This vial probably would get most moms wet. Whoa, what is that creepy sighing? What is going on? Are we being haunted?
That's Cody.
Oh, sorry. Mike's a little. Yeah, gotcha.
Oh, okay. It's sensitive, I guess. Okay, so it literally says toxic in a triangle with a little skull and crossbones in it. That's like mom's favorite warning label. Like, it's on the top too. So that's, if anything, it's promoting safety, I would say.
This is how he gets his powers in your story. He huffs on this
it's like his
gas.
spinach, Yeah,
exactly. It's like his spinach, but
much more evil.
It's gas? Is it because there's 1940s German soldiers in it and gas?
It maybe someone reported the gas vial as some sort of some sort of Nazi gas which promotes violence, when really it's like hero gas that gives him his powers. So if I explain that, they'll hopefully be cool with me keeping the terror vial going. Because if not, I'll have to take them down. That would suck.
Splintering says the vial looks like it could be construed as a chemical weapon, and this is where we find ourselves in 2022, and this is where we find ourselves. I regret to say we did a whole show on this like a month ago when Liam false flagged JDA's campaign, and I said, is this going to be the new normal now? Is this what we've got now? Because I'll tell you what, if the chink in the armor is being exposed, and now people are going to come after campaigns for, any sensible person,
any loophole they can find.
Any loophole that if they know the exact right place to press to
poke. Right, exploit that safety shit.
Exactly, exploit sensitivity,
the mom shit. Yeah,
everyone, we all know. We're on the internet. We all know the buttons that, when pressed, corporations freak the F out. Right? We all know them. We try not to mention them because we know how crazy YouTube can be pulling things down, even just mentioning them.
Right.
But no one in comics that I have seen would have even made that connection with that vial. It's just a cool toy artifact thing.
Prop. Yeah, it's a replica. It's a fun replica. It's my first replica I ever made.
It's a tchotchke.
You can't even take the top off of it. There's no way to get to the evil gas or whatever that's supposed to kill the people. It doesn't kill. It's supposed to. It gives the hero his powers. So it's just a cool hero thing. It'd be the same thing for if you were to buy Bane's contraption for his venom, that he takes. It's the same. It doesn't promote violence.
It's very odd to me. I would think, it's if anything, you can even see right there where you're promoting it. If anything was drug use. And in that case, that opens a crazy amount of doors as well that I don't want to see open. That's insanity. I don't know.
Well, best case scenario, it is the vial.
Yeah.
And you have to refund everyone. And this isn't a good scenario. I'm saying that's best case scenario. That's how messed up we are here. Because you're in this situation now where you have to refund. You've sold 45 of these. How much are they?
Or 42 of them, I believe.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've started producing them or whatever, but it's time and effort. And on top of that, this is silliness. This is ridiculous. And this is going to, it's going to make all creators moving forward stop and think, you know, even though there's nothing wrong with this, clearly, I think we can all agree with that. There's going to be some whiny people out there who are going to say, well, actually, most
No, this is
people.
personal. This is personal. Nobody's whining. Nobody's freaking out over this and actually concerned.
No one even imagined.
Somebody found a loophole and they decided to exploit it on the last. And it happened on the last days too for a reason. Somebody wanted to get me towards the end and mess me up. So I can't get my funding as things stand right now. So that's nice. Thanks.
And they haven't told you specific, because this we're guessing at the moment. This is speculation. They haven't told you that it's specifically this.
They have not. They said a perk is offensive or violates the terms. They said once the perk is removed, and they offered options for me. You know, they said you can refund it or you could replace it with a different offering, but you have to remove the perk, and until then, we don't give you your funding.
That's
what I'm saying. Like, this is nuts because this is gonna. So now we got to think. Now we got to double think. Who could exploit what creative thing that I'm putting up on my Indiegogo now?
Would you like me to read the terms, or do you is my paraphrasing good enough? Like, I can read it if it helps, but
however you want to do it.
I mean, it's up to you. It says here it says, in order for your campaign to maintain compliance with our terms of use, the prohibited perks will need to be removed from the campaign. Additionally, any backers who claim this perk will need to be refunded. And then they say, we recommend reaching out to the contributors that claimed a perk that violated our terms to decide on alternative offerings. I'm just like, what? I'm just supposed to, throw other things. They don't tell you what it is. They do not.
That's crazy.
There's not one. I'm not being. It says that the status is still open on this.
Yeah.
I wrote them and said, I am ready to work with you to solve this as fast as possible. Please get back to me. You know, let's figure this out. So I'm waiting on that. I still haven't heard anything. This was about 2 hours ago when I got this.
But Vaughn, it also sounds like they want you to refund anyone who backed this. I mean, that includes the comic as well. You can't just refund the cost of the perk. I don't think it works like that.
Yeah.
This is BS. This is BS of the highest order. Jennifer Grover for 5. Michael, Cody has a baby face. There you go, Cody. You look super young. Is he super young? Whoa. Jennifer.
30 next month. I don't know if you consider that super young.
No offense. I'm 50. Believe me, it's a compliment. Thank you, Jennifer.
It is good.
There's another super chat here from Son of Liberty Radio. It can't be drug use. I've got a dry herb vaporizer on Indiegogo.
Well, there you go. But I mean, like, wow, that's so weird because, like, again, he even in the pages on it, he's huffing it right himself. He's not using it. He's not gassing Nazis.
Yeah. Well, let's scroll up real quick. Let's look at these perks. Let's look at how horribly violent promoting these perks are. It's just pictures of books and posters and a T-shirt and like an iPad. Like you can barely see the blood on Black Terror on the cover when you're looking at these perks. Can you even see the blood? Like,
no, you can't see it. You've got your character shooting the gun witch.
Okay, she's shooting guns off screen. That's okay. Is that promoting violence? I mean. What the F is going on here, man?
Now my mic just catches it like I'm 70. I'll try and keep it further, see if I'm still heard.
Scotty says, hey, change it to a sticker and then send them to it anyway.
Yeah. Right, of course. I mean, I would. I'd send you guys right.
Yeah, so here you go. You got you can't see anything. And now this is the real scary part. So if it isn't. So what I said is best case scenario is awful, and it's going to be a massive self-censoring issue for all creators going forward. It's going to be people going to even want to deal with Indiegogo if they're going to be this weird. And did someone actually flag it? Like, they would have had to,
right. It says, let's see. A ticket has been created with the team, with Indiegogo's team. So someone created a ticket, I believe. It doesn't say who, of course. Why? It just says we noticed your campaign. It does. That's all it says. But yeah, the way it says, a ticket has been created. I don't know. I think someone contacted them for sure.
The absolute worst case scenario, because you're right, there's nothing on these campaign perks that, imagery wise or whatever is promoting violence on the perk. And I wouldn't say, and even though your book is incredibly violent, that's not necessarily promoting violence in the way that they describe it. Cody, can you mute yourself? Sorry,
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, God, even that's getting picked up. I'm so bad.
This is comic books. The worst case scenario is, got to do with what you said here. Like, if it has anything to do with violence being depicted in a comic, then that's the end of comics.
We're all in trouble. We're all in trouble. Yeah. Like, guys, I really had to look at this picture for a minute again, even though it's my picture that I helped make with Monica here. Like, there's some blood spatter here. He spattered in blood. It's like a horror movie poster in a way, or an action movie poster. I've never heard of that being bad or like something that you're not allowed to sell on Indiegogo. I didn't think that promoted violence. I just thought it was part of the character, it's part of the fantasy. That's it. Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing for you to apologize for or feel bad for in Terror in the Trenches. This is a comic book with violence in it, like every other million comic books with violence in it.
Yeah.
If they want to pull that line, and I'm not saying that they are, but if that's the way it's headed, we're all screwed. I mean,
we're in trouble.
And the thing is, here we go. Hold on a sec. Super chats here leading into this. Timothy Fitzgerald for 2. Liam succeeded and Vicky said 35 illegal campaigns. Yeah, exactly. Yellow Flash for 20. This stuff makes me concerned about my launch in a few months. This is what I'm talking about. Nothing in this book is different than a typical action comic book. Is this the end of Indiegogo? This is what we were saying when Liam got JDA's campaign taken down. Liam thinks that was perfectly, a valid reason.
No,
look,
he knows it wasn't.
When you do this, when you false flag, when you strike people down, we have enemies all around us. We're surrounded. They're looking for a way to get in. They're looking for, and they know the buttons to press.
Yep.
And
that's right.
And now it looks like they're being pressed. We've got people out there saying, "Hey, just abide by the terms of service." We hear the terms of service are purposely vague, and they change all the time. They change. You run your campaign, and then they change it 6 months later.
And everyone knows that these days more than ever, they're based on the hysterics of moms that are overly concerned and freaking out about this or that on the internet in an era of censorship. And those people are exploiting that to be able to get those buttons pressed and get campaigns, false flagged. And it sucks. Like, what you're doing is essentially the equivalent of like running behind the mom and pulling her skirt and tattling and saying, will you, stop them from playing and doing what they want to do because I'm a little bitch. Like, it's a bitch move, You're not helping anyone. You're not helping yourself. I'm just a guy trying to entertain people and have a good time and work with cool artists to do it. This is like, I was hoping to have a nice night tonight in, this is nuts. And I was hoping to close out my campaign with just like, with some good times, we were gonna have,
right? Hopefully we still can. Hopefully you can sort this out and we can have a good party. In a few days for the closeout. Thank you to Yellow Flash and who was it? Sorry, scrolling back up. Timothy Fitzgerald for those super chats, by the way, very generous. Good points. Brian Criscow for 5. When you're Comicsgate, you have a small army of moral busybodies monitoring you and your work, eager to drop a dime on you. We're all on notice. You're exactly right, Brian. Thank you so much for the super chat. To Joe, welcome.
Thank you.
What the hell, man?
When you sent me the message telling me this happened, I was shocked. I still kind of am. I intellectually know that this stuff has been going on, but if I had to guess which campaign it got false flagged, it wouldn't have been this one.
No, never. That's what I'm saying. No one would have thought that. No one even thought of this.
Nope.
It takes a mind. It takes a devious mind to think. I reckon I can get them with this. We got
What
Liam in the
for,
chat here
man?
for 2. He says, I had nothing to do with this. Well, Liam, you did start the striking. And we did say at the time, and well before, and throughout the whole time, don't do this. This is not the path. Find another way to settle differences, because this is the stuff that gets exploited down the line. And this is, we're all trying to build businesses and build careers. Some of us out of nothing. These are our hopes and dreams, like in Yellow Flash as well. You know, now he's worried about his campaign. We're all worried now. We're all worried because we know these corporations bend. They bend easily. And you said at the time, you said, don't worry, guys. It's got to be, you know, so much really bad stuff to have your campaign affected. Well, what did Von do?
We're still figuring it out, aren't we?
We can't, it's so vague. We can't even figure it out. Eric Weathers for 5. Just tell Indiegogo they're silencing a trans woman by taking the campaign down. They should reverse their decision real quick. Yeah, maybe we need to fight fire with fire. I don't know. Thank you so much.
I don't need to play that card with my artist. My artist is my friend and my artist. You know what I mean? But like I get Eric's sentiment though, because like it makes them play by their rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ethan was doing it for a while when he was saying he was gender non-binary, and YouTube was actually listening to him.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny because I mean it's also ridiculous.
It's their rules. Yeah.
Dark Gift Comics Presents for 2 says, I'm with Eric. Von, can you put on a dress? Is that
guys? I've already been in a dress. Yeah, I was a drama kid growing up. We did all the weird stuff. Here's the thing, man. Like, whoever did it, like, just don't do it to anybody else and just like laugh at it and let it go or whatever. Like, and please don't keep doing it to me. I want to do this for a career. I want to eat. I want to be able to have the life I want while making stuff on my terms. It means a lot to me. It's what I've been building up my whole life to. It's not about what you want.
You earned this.
Mm-hmm.
You deserved this. You worked for this.
Yeah.
You know, you've done everything right. You put out a great book. You went back. You formed another fantastic team. You put that together. You worked your butt off. You promoted the hell out of it. That's why you have close to 1,000 backers on this thing. And now what? Because someone is getting their knickers in a twist over a replica vial, presumably, hopefully. I mean, that again, that's terrible, but that's the best case scenario.
Well, imagine if it's the book. What am I going to do? Take down
if it's the book, Von? If it's the book,
no
Indiegogo is done. Like, if it's the book, we're done. I mean, there's no violence.
Well, I want to let everybody know, like, let's not freak out about this and start pointing fingers, like, and like accusing people we don't know. But let's be honest, like, this is not cool. This was personal. I feel confident and positive that I will be able to talk to Indiegogo and work this out. So let's not freak out. You know what I mean? But and let's all, like, I hope we can put it behind us and just celebrate and close out the campaign and have a great time soon. You know, so let's go for that. But yeah, let's, you know, keep an even head about it and just try to like get the facts as we go. I will keep you guys updated. I keep checking my email, you know, and keep checking the ticket. Nothing new as of now. And maybe because it's, you know, what time it is now, I probably won't be hearing anything till tomorrow, or because it's the weekend, I won't hear anything till Monday. So we'll see.
Max Santiago, don't refund me. I'll pay again if I have to. Thank you so much for the super chat, Max. And I know the backers who back this campaign will understand, and I'm sure they will come out and support whatever has to happen, whether it's refunds and then repurchases or whatever it is. Hopefully reason you can explain to them. This is essentially just a really cool vial, tin of spinach that Popeye would have. You know, it's not celebrating anything nefarious. It's
oh my God, my campaigns are so evil. They get banned and no one even knows what they're banned for. Can I tell you a story?
This has an effect on story writing.
Oh yeah. This
going
this
forward.
better not go like this campaign better not go down for this, because that's gonna like we're gonna have to move on from Indiegogo right quick if that's the case. I'm thinking, okay. But I got to tell you guys a story. This is taking me back. This cuts deep. When I was in high school, I got censored for the first time. My art was censored, and I got to tell you, the reason it was here's the best part. I was asked to draw a Mother Goose poster for this play that my drama class was doing. And it was a traveling play where we went to like different kids, like kids' children's hospital, all this stuff, and did this cheesy little fun Mother Goose play for them. But I was drawing kind of like Michael Turner and comic book style and like inking with my quill pen back then. That's what I love, right? And so like I do this kind of Michael Turner badass, like young hot Mother Goose on a goose with like dynamic hand coming out at you. And like the goose is all huge and realistic and flying over a city. And there's a cow going over the moon in the background. And there's all the characters like kind of clinging on for dear life to the goose, like the cat and the fiddle and the spoon, the dish and the spoon and all the nursery rhymes. Anyway. But people did something like started to weird people out about it. It was put up all over the school and multiple hospitals and other preschools. And they decided that they didn't like it. And there was hidden imagery and they banned it for another vague reason too. And I got to watch people taking down my art, which was like a huge thing for me as a kid. Like that changed me forever, man. I got censored.
So now, this is cutting deep. This is reminding you of the old pains. This is opening old wounds. John Delarose in the chat, he says, Mark Brooks like a tweet in reference to this getting removed. There's a famous, is it Dante's whatever it is. It's a famous story where the guy is like, you would tear down all the laws in the land just to catch the devil. And he's like, yeah, I would. And then he says, well, and where are you going to turn to when the devil turns around to face you? That's what these guys don't understand. They're like, yes, we got Comicsgate. One for the win. 1 point. Not realizing that they're making a rod for their own back. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Andrew White for $4.99. Don't move to other platforms. Hold the line. They don't get to run people off for doing nothing wrong. I say Kickstarter too. Look, we obviously, I want to like Von said it. Like, let's not, go all off half cocked or anything. Let's see what they say. Let's see what the actual issue is. If they can get back to us, we know that a lot of the bigger guys in CG have direct connections to some of the people who work at Indiegogo. So maybe they'll be able to help. Don't know. It's all very early days. This is just happened.
I mean, 2 hours, just 2 hours ago, man. Just 2 hours ago.
Crazy. You were out playing frisbee with the dog.
Yeah, life is
looking
grand.
to have a good night.
Yeah,
and crazy. Someone wants to see a picture of the crazy goose.
If at some point I may turn off my and go grab it. I'd have to get it out of the garage. It's in this thing. It's like this pink poster. But yeah, I'll go grab it. It'll be fun. We could just make this fun and not so dark, But I got to tell you, they said it was banned because there was hidden gang imagery, and they asked me if I was in a gang. And I was just this like gothy kid with a ponytail, like comic book nerd. Like what? And I was like, what gang would I be in? Exactly. The artsy ponytail gang? I don't know. But so like they banned it for that too. It was wow. Really bizarre. Banned in the USA, man. Hey, I took pride in it kind of. It kind of made me the artist I am today, much more attitude, much more fuck you when it comes to like censorship and stuff. So yeah, I'm okay with it.
Rob points out I have a back number in the chat. Angela Curry just got my book, 1045. There you go. Still getting backers. Yeah. Look, we definitely are not anywhere near, I don't think, at the place of it's time to lift up the pitchforks against Indiegogo. Yeah. We're all so ensconced in it. We're all on Indiegogo. This is how we're trying to build our careers.
Yeah.
But it is concerning. This is very concerning. This is what I was worried about.
I thought I know there was
whoa, you picked up a few backers there. Congratulations.
Oh my God. Thank you guys. Amazing. Guys, I thought I was so just like guy who promotes his book and minds his own business, and I am. But like, I also thought I was in the background from all the drama, you know? Like, I do laugh at things behind the scenes and, and like poke fun with everybody, but like, I'm really not that deep. I'm really more of a guy who just works on art and like wants to make awesome stories for you. So, yeah, like, please don't false flag my livelihood. Like, this sucks. Like, this is what I need to live the life I want and to make art on my own terms. I can't go back out to the office world. I don't function there. They hate me there. They don't want me in there. I'll make them miserable to make me miserable. Way.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, with this, with this happening, you know, usually what happens, thankfully, what happens is when idiots out there try and take something down and get something censored, all it does is make people more interested in it.
Yeah.
So hopefully, you'll be able to get past this, get a reasonable resolution with Indiegogo, and then monetize the hell out of it. And get yourself at least over 1,000 backers. That would be be nice.
Sure. I mean, that's nice. Let's try to make, just make the best out of this situation. I feel like if Indiegogo is reasonable and like we can talk, that everything should be able to be worked out, because this is obviously ridiculous. Anyone looking at this, you see that there's no promotion of violence. I'm selling a comic book,
It's a violent story. We're allowed to tell violent stories.
Guys,
this is a war story.
Wasn't there an Indiegogo for a comic where a guy was selling like a knife with your name on it, or like the name of the comic book on it, like a freaking knife? You could get a knife.
I think it was Neff as well, was selling a like an ammo box for the 50 cal.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Neff. It was awesome. It had a print on it and everything.
That sounds
it was
great.
Cool.
Like this.
It's a 50 cal. What's it for? It's for blowing cars in half and blowing people's bodies apart or something. This is storytelling. We violence. This is what we do. This is comic books.
This is the world we live in. And exaggerated violence is part of the expression of comics. Always has been, always will be. Welcome to the world we live in. It's just someone messing with a loophole, man, and someone working at Indiegogo going, it's my job to keep us safe in these situations, and then clicking the mouse and giving me shit to do. You know what I mean? It's insane. The moms truly have taken over, man. They really they're going to put a helmet on you whether you like it or not.
I know, yeah. Wrap us all in bubble wrap. Jennifer Grover for 10. I love you, Michael. Not inappropriately, but I do love you. And I love all my chat angels and the panel. Also, she has an eye for you, Cody. Cody seems like a lovely young man. Looks super young. He's not that young, Jennifer.
I'm not. I'm happy to look
And why
young,
is that so interesting? I wonder.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
She likes him young. I mean, not too young and not inappropriately either. Charlie's London for £9. Thank you so much, Charlie. Evening, gentlemen. Charlie's. Your point reminds me of the poem Niemöller, when they came for. Yes, exactly. These people like Brooks and co eventually eat their own. Nothing is enough for them. Never give in. God bless. Thank you so much, Charlie's. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you're so right about they know the little buttons to push, and they're going to push them. They're going to come after you. And we've been hoping, and we've been so lucky these last 4 years that Indiegogo it hasn't happened much at all. And now it seems that, the way has been shown, and, and now we see people on Twitter saying, hey, just, it's all right. If it says you can't promote violence, then don't promote violence. What do you mean promote violence? Telling a violent story? The Avengers was incredibly violent. The whole MCU, which is making billions of dollars out there that everyone's celebrating, is that any less violent than this? No. It's craziness,
man.
It feels like a real escalation is happening right now, and it's threatening what we're trying to build here. And this goes way beyond Comicsgate. This is all independent comics, all crowdfunded comics. Because, I mean, how hard is it to rub someone the wrong way on social media? It's incredibly easy in case anyone hasn't noticed. Andrew White for $5. Rob Liefeld had blood that would rub away and reappear on the cover. That sounds cool. We should do
Nice.
that. Vaughn, you should look into that as a stretch goal. That would be awesome.
I'll ask Rob what's up.
Hey Rob, just slide into his DMs.
Yeah. No
Jennifer Graver, again, also all this censorship on fundraising platforms and other platforms is crazy. I live in Canada and the government stole all the money. I do feel sorry for my Canadian brothers and sisters up there in that crazy
crowdfunding
land.
is a liberating thing. It's an amazing tool.
It's supposed to be.
Exactly. And oh man, just
it's supposed to be freedom.
Changed my life. Yeah,
mine too.
Changed mine too.
And
Yeah.
I've only done one campaign.
Yeah.
You're so right, Vaughn. It's allowed us opportunities that didn't exist. And now with YouTube and crowdfunding together, it's the 1-2 punch. And all of a sudden, a guy who was sort of staring down at another 20 years of working in an office job now has a glimmer of hope that maybe you can make a living off your stories and your art and providing entertainment for an audience that you build. This sort of stuff threatens all of that. And this explains why everyone came out so hard against the false flagging and the DMCA strikes, because this is where it leads.
Yep,
and it's rubbish.
And someone, planned this, right? Like,
the timing,
you know what I
the
mean?
timing, yes,
right.
That's why I think you're right. It's personal.
Like, why don't you just talk to me? Let's just talk then. If you got such a problem, I'm okay with talking to you. It's fine. Doesn't have to be a big thing either. But like this, come on. Like, I want to be able to I want to do this for a living. I want to make more books. I want to make, listen. I want to make a work, like a volume of books, and then die, and then leave it, because the art survives, the artist doesn't. So like, let me do it. Don't hassle me. I don't hassle you. Maybe I make fun of you sometimes, probably. But you guys really need to get over yourself. I'm tired of this dark era we live in where everything's fake and they just expect us to keep going along with this bullshit. Like, it's like you get bullied your whole life and then you're in your 40s and think you're safe on a crowdfunder. No, you're not. We're going to get you here too. It's such bullshit. Like, you get so sick of it. Like, you just want to laugh. You don't even get that upset anymore. You're just like, all right, fine. Bring it on. I guess I'll have to deal with this now. I'll send a few emails to Indiegogo. We'll hopefully get this taken care of. My campaign, I think, is totally within the boundaries of safety. I don't think anyone got hurt by my campaign.
I think anyone's going to read Terror. I think anyone's going to read Terror in the Trenches and think, well, that's it. I mean, I don't have any choice anymore. I feel compelled to go out and commit some violence. I don't think that's happening. That's ridiculous on the face of it. And
they tried to get heavy metal bands in the 80s with that. And of course, the question is, what entertainer wants his audience dead? Like, nobody, like, not to. But yeah, I that whole thing, it's been such the whole, books, video games, and site violence. Everyone knows it's horse shit. If anything, since more access to porn has happened and more access to violence and violent entertainment, all that shit's kind of, but dude, it's gone down. If it really did promote it, then we would be more violent than freaking ever, but we're not. Okay. Also, my books, man, they're just as violent as any other comic book out there. The cover of Brutus the Badass has intestines flying all over, and Indiegogo didn't hassle them about that campaign,
Oh no, that's the whole point of it. That's why it's silly. Because yes, that's why we can see it must be personal, because there is nothing different about this campaign than any other comic book that has violence in it. The vial is, we have guys out there putting crack rocks, not real crack rocks, 3D printed crack rocks. Let's be clear, glow in the dark, fun, silly things on their campaigns. A pin, a badge, as we call it, that's probably actually more violent because it can poke you in the skin when you put it on. I mean, this is ridiculous. And they're trying to make everything as bland and uncontroversial and unoffensive and uninteresting as what Disney is doing to other media, to what they're doing to comics and stuff like that. And this is why we're in independent comics, so we can make stuff like this, because our audience wants this stuff. That's why this campaign is doing so well, because people want it.
Right. You have to understand, they're willing to make it bland just to have control over it, and they're willing to like hurt a campaign for somebody who didn't do them any wrong, whose book isn't hurting anybody, just to have control over it. Everything is a mad dash for control. They don't care what the consequences and damage are. They don't care. They don't care that this beautiful Conan piece on the left here now looks like she's wearing a potato sack. They don't care. They don't care.
Well,
they kill the fantasy.
Yeah, every authoritarian throughout history ultimately is after control, whether that's in the classroom or in political office or behind a keyboard.
Yep. And the lack of care they have for the damage they do, the consequences. I forgot where I read this, but I read about a study that showed how leftists don't care about the cost of things or understand it, and they don't care about the long-term effects of things. They just want it now. And like conservatives are a little more like, I don't know how much this is going to cost. So it's like you get this like angry teenager with a credit card thing from them, where it's just like they just do it now in the moment. They don't care that they've like totally made art and comics unfun. They don't care that they've become like the bell bottoms of art, or like the, something we're going to look back on and just, cringe it out. It's pathetic, man. It's pathetic.
If we don't fight against this stuff however we can, and I've always said, I don't want to be a cultural warrior in the sense that I'm out there on Twitter yelling at people. That's not my thing. I don't want to do that. I think it's a bad look for as a creator. We don't want to alienate any potential customers. Customers are hard enough to find as they are. We don't want to alienate anyone. How we fight is we create awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We put out awesome books, and that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been trying to do. And that's what you've done with Terror in the Trenches. But they're going to try and stop that however they can. And if they see, I see that, I think this could be interpreted this way if you were really hypersensitive. So I'm going to get in there and stick that knife in, and that's going to affect the whole thing, because it's not people. You can't just change a perk image after it's been sold.
Mm-hmm.
The perk has to come down.
You're muted,
I
Mike.
think that's been the bit too. Yeah, so you can't alter anything with the perk once it's bought. I don't even know if you can take down the perk. Maybe if you refunded everybody within the perk, then you can. It's crazy. I don't get that.
You can hide a perk, but it sounds like that's not what they're asking.
No, they're talking about refunds or giving them something else instead, and told me, you could offer them something different. And I'm just going, what? What are you talking about? Which perk? I just want to know which perk and how,
Yeah, that really should have been in the email that you received first, so you knew at least what direction to take and could start deciding right away with your campaign ending like so quickly. That was really like an oversight on their case in the kindest terms. If they're doing this, they're taking a share of this money. They're looking at their money when they're looking at your money, right? So it's very odd that they didn't include that, just to. They have to understand that causes a little bit of psychological, stress at the very least, right? You're looking at this is about to end, all of this. Like, why wouldn't you at least provide the most information that you have so you can start moving this forward? Not just like, oh, we're going to hide this, but this is what you're going to need to do, but you don't know what to do it to. And we'll respond to you when we feel like it. That is terrible customer service.
The reason why they're not being the reason why they're not being specific in the email, and Buddy has it here as well, is that it's no one's writing them. These are automated messages that get sent out as soon as a ticket gets opened.
Yeah,
exactly. These things get sent out. Camel had the same thing happen to him, and he told him to go screw off, and then someone actually read the exchange, because they were asking, you need to update. He's like, well, I did just update. So then you get a boilerplate message back saying, you should try updating. He was like, all right, I'm speaking to a robot here. And then eventually someone did read it, and they said, "Oh no, you're fine. It's all right." So
Right.
hopefully, when I mean, obviously, it might, unfortunately, it might take over the weekend when someone actually reads the email exchange. Maybe they'll just see, oh, this is BS. But still, I mean, you don't know that, and this is just stress you don't need 2 days before the end of a
I was just trying to have a good time and close this thing out, man. I was really proud of the team and so grateful. I still am. I mean, I'm not gonna let them ruin it, man. Let's not do that. Let's have a good closeout. Let's have fun. Maybe
we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it on this channel in a few days.
All right.
We are going to do the closeout party, late show. They're always fun. And we're going to go right up to the very end. Andrew White for 499. Von Klaus and Terra have created a world where both Tim Seeley and Brett Booth agreed that this is bullshit.
Thank you, Tim Seeley and Brett Booth.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mr.
H for Heretic for 10. Von, you're only guilty of running a successful campaign. You've either made another creator who can't pull your numbers jealous, or some loser who couldn't make a book to begin with mad. # you got this. Thank you so much, H. And you are very right. I mean, it has to be personal. The timing.
Yeah.
The timing on it is very suspicious to me. But as I said, hold on, I'm getting messages here. That usually means I've neglected something. That's Mel. Oh yes, Leandro Algarin for $2. Is EVS working on an Indiegogo site like this? We need it. Yes, he is. But when we saw it, we saw that it probably still has a lot of work left to do. And I, as someone who's actually, working on building his own, I mean, the most simple site you could imagine, where it's just, I put up stuff and no one gets any input. I can imagine building a site that actually functions in a similar way to Indiegogo must be so incredibly difficult, time-consuming, and expensive. So I'm not holding my breath that that's going to be launching and up and running and everything working, no problems.
No date on that. Yeah, no date.
Exactly. So it's not like we can sort of just hold our breath.
Right.
And, just for another few
jump
months.
ship.
Exactly. I think that we have to somehow make Indiegogo work, or Kickstarter work, or whatever platform you're funding on. We have to make that work because that's what we've got, essentially. And we, what is it? What do they say? A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. We'll see. Hopefully, it launches and it's all working. It's all good. But we just don't know. There's too many questions on that.
This is so stupid. Like, I'm just going to keep making comic books, you idiots. Like, what are you doing? Like, what is this Game of Thrones horse shit?
This is the end of Von Klaus. We got him. Yes.
Okay. If it makes you feel good for half a minute in your little tanks or whatever, that to like be like, a point. Our team got a point. Then like, cool. Wonderful. I grant you a point. That like, I'm going to get my money from this book, motherfuckers, and I'm going to make more books. There's going to be 2 more Terror books after this, and they're going to be so violent. Your mom's going to cry, okay?
One of the things with, indie comic creators is they're behind the 8 ball to begin with. And so if they even can get started, if they can even break in, they've already gotten a lot farther than most. And then when you get a taste of success, you're only that much more motivated to keep going. Whether it's you break even or you didn't fall on your face or whatever it is for your individual situation. And then the fire just burns hotter. And the funniest thing to me about all this is that when you do this to one of us, it just motivates us more, and other people rally around. And then we all pick the person up on our shoulders and carry him forward.
This is almost how CG started.
Yeah.
Your independent comics was going along. It was tough. It was real tough. Ask anyone. Ask Cody. Ask Rob Arnold. Ask anyone who was trying to crowdfund on Kickstarter before 2018. It was tough out there. And then people didn't like what some people were saying. People didn't like how much money others were making, and they tried to stop it. They tried to censor it. They tried to make people go away, and it caused everything that's happened all the time since. And Von is going to be like, is it Thanos in when Iron Man punches him? He's just going to like all that for a drop of blood, huh? Like this is not going to stop Von. This is not going to stop any of us. It's annoying. It's concerning, but we're moving forward. This train is not slowing down. What's that you're showing there, Von?
I have the poster I made in high school that got.
Oh, he actually found that. Oh, I know. I would have censored the hell out of that. Get that off my wall at school. What the hell?
You pervert.
That's too much.
I
Too
know.
much, Von.
They thought there was hidden gang imagery in this one.
Well,
And,
yeah.
Yeah, you
All
can
over
see
the
it, right?
place.
The hidden gang imagery of the.
Well, see her hand.
mid-90s.
She's kind of her hands kind of like whoa, West Side, you know. So I get it. Yeah. Really, I was going for more of a witchy, sexy, like Michael Turner. You know, I was still learning how to draw, and you know, I loved inking and drawing comics, and
you were
so yeah, this
destined
got
to
taken
be a
down.
subversive contrarian. That's what happened.
Yeah, that was interesting, man. That was my. But when this happened, you know what this did? It made me want to make comics more, or made me want to draw more. It made me, you know, it made me want to work harder. So I've been here before, guys.
Blake says,
We'll get through
offer
it.
those as a substitute perk. Prince of that. We got Riot Press in the house. He's turned up. What's
Signed.
happened now? It's a breaking story. It's very much developing news. We don't know for certain, but we do know that Terror in the Trenches has been false flagged. A demand has been made by Indiegogo to pull down a perk. We don't know which perk specifically. We're guessing it's the vial because you know,
I'm guessing.
what do you call them?
I'm guessing
Soccer
the book,
mums.
the book with the blood. But I could be wrong.
You're guessing. If it's the book with the blood, we're done.
We're doomed.
I can't. Yeah, we are
No, we're
doomed
fine.
if it's the book with the blood. Jason Sandberg for 10. Vonster, stay frosty. This was a malicious flagging. 100% a malicious flagging. I see a lot of people spreading the word to get this resolved. Good work and goodwill will win out in the end. All we want is to allow almost long dead and forgotten. This isn't the Punisher. This is Black Terror. All we want for him is to huff his green gas and go out and kick some Nazi ass. Is that so much to ask in 2022?
Guys,
It should be.
Guys, this is just our these are our
fun.
basics. These are our comic basics here. What's going on?
Michael, have you ever seen the YouTube channel SC Reviews? Asked Jennifer. No, I don't think I have. He says, help a Bogan out. P.S. I love you, but not inappropriately. Thank you so much again, Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer, always incredibly generous on a Friday night. Metal Smith says, hello, everyone. This is effed up. Look, hopefully we can get this sorted. Wilberforce says, it says replica right there. I can't imagine that's it. Well, I still can. I really do think that
you know how much you want to bet it's the word terror being on there.
Yeah, I thought that as well. Terror.
I'll just delete
it's
the whole
name of the
campaign.
campaign.
Yeah.
This is the issue. So you can't have you can't have the word terror in your campaign name now.
It's a scary word.
It is, but I mean, I tried to make it fun for the family. No, I knew it was a scary word, but I mean, you look at this for 2 seconds and you go, this is a good. He's a hero, but he's kind of a darker, creepy hero. No big deal, But hey, if you want to be freaked out by a 1930s name of a comic book character, maybe an SJW would pretend to be freaked out by that.
Isn't he fighting the bad guys du jour? Like, isn't he fighting the most fashionable bad guys to fight?
Yes,
in
he is.
era?
But Von is not on the right side to fight that fight.
Oh,
he is the wrong kind of person to fight that. So that's why they're like. That's the same thing happened to Ethan.
Yeah,
with the whole My Struggle book thing.
The
that he
art
made.
book.
Exactly. It's they're like, oh, hang on, but you vote right, so that means we're suspecting there might be some sympathy there instead of people want to pretend that anyone is pro-Nazi in 2022 who's not a complete lunatic. I mean, it's crazy. It really is stupidity. But this is the world we find ourselves in. Dark Gift for 2. Hang in there, Von. You'll work it out. Thank you so much, Dark Gift. Mo is yelling at me. He says the problem was Von misidentified the Nazis. He makes it look like the ruling German party in World War II are the actual Nazis. What about people who don't like Squirrel Girl? Exactly, Mo. Exactly. They're the real issue here in current year. Get over it for 5. It says Camilla Zhang still works at Zoop. Yep, that's the woman from Kickstart. It is not a safe place for CG. I didn't think it would be. I think that's invite only anyway. Although you got to like apply to them or something.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Von has left us, which I think is a great time. We've got 180 people in here. Thank you so much, everyone, hanging out and sharing your concern in this crazy time. But I had already organized with Cody here. He's been sitting very patiently, although he has been very animated. You're like a mime there, Cody.
Yeah, I had heard that in chat, and I'm not surprised. This is a frustrating situation, and so I'm listening to other people talk, and I emote. I mean, this is creative control of one's project is why we do this. The fact that they have
exactly that's why we're in here doing it by ourselves.
It doesn't.
So we don't have editors
me,
telling us, Von, is that really a good idea to do that? Don't you think that might offend? That's why we do independent comics.
And so it's hard for me not to like you seeing this as a president, right? And I'm pretty damn sure this will get resolved pretty quickly. And it might even just be the word that is tear gas just put together. That could be it.
But is this something that we all have to think about?
Yes,
we all have to change our future projects.
It could be that.
How many hoops we have to jump through already to get this done on our terms, and now there's another game to play. And that I don't want to play these games. I just want to provide stories. I just want to have fun making comics. Like I'm sure everybody in here does, and it's just
give me all your hoops. Give me your slings, give me your arrows. I'll keep coming. But come on, like if you got a big enough problem with me to do this, like why don't you just talk to me first? How about that? I don't know.
Yeah,
crazy. Who knows what could come of it?
They don't talk to you. That would be platforming,
Cody. Yeah, I know, right? True. Can't have it.
Dark Gift for 5. Wasn't their slogan for 8 years now? Punch a Nazi. You'd think this would be a hit with them. You would think. That's what I'm saying. They don't.
I made this for them.
Punching them from the wrong side. They would say, "Oh, that's a secret dog whistle punch." That's how they would look at it. Chris Stanley for 10. Back Von's campaign today. Thank you so much, Chris Stanley.
You.
Look, I'm a backer. Cody, you're a backer. Joe, I'm sure you're a backer. This is Terror in the Trenches is one of the best looking books I've seen actually come from crowdfunded comics. I think it's a triumph. Well, we know Von is a great writer because we read Monster MD. So I have very high hopes, Von, and I know you won't let me down.
I won't. Guys,
this was a campaign I was looking forward to backing on closing night, Mike. Now I'm tempted to just go ahead and pull the trigger now because I'm so pissed.
Get in while Indiegogo is causing nonsense, and isn't that just how it works with these people trying to poop on Von's party 2 days before the end, and all it's going to do is propel him even further along.
Yeah.
Great Loner for 20. If your Indiegogo campaign can be taken down for such tenuous reasons, then others that put up a campaign with no specific ship date so they can grift for subpar books that could take 10 years to fulfill should also not be on Indiegogo. Well, there you go. If anyone is doing that, look, I don't think anyone is for either of those things.
No.
But Great Loner, thank you so much for the super chat there. Mel said, thank you to the people who've joined. If anyone has joined up as a member, I apologize. I'm not seeing it in StreamYards. I must have missed it, but I'll find it later and I'll give you a thank you. Jennifer Grover for 5. Von, you remind me of the guy from Queens of the Stone Age. He does a little bit. Yes, you do. That's a compliment. He's a great looking guy, Josh Holmes. Yeah. Good singer too.
Okay.
Thank you. Jennifer is always lifting us up.
Yes.
And making us
lovely.
feel good on a Friday night. Did I start early, Nefarious? Yes, I did, because I couldn't sit on it. I was sitting here drawing, and I'm like, all I'm thinking is this is BS. I'm going to talk about this. Let's get this thing started. And it's my Saturday here, so I can. So that's what we're doing. But we had organized with Cody to talk Jack Irons, and that's what we're going to do. So I know we've got 183 people in here to talk about false flagging. Thank you so much for everyone hanging out. Please do stick around. Jack Irons is a fantastic looking book. Cody's a great guy. We're going to chat about his book for a little bit. Otherwise, subscribe, share the stream out, give it a like, all that good stuff, and do consider becoming a super bogan if you like this sort of content, because there's cool things in the community tab there if you join up. But on to Jack Irons. Cody, it has been a long time coming, my friend. You and I were chatting in DMs many years ago. I hadn't entered into this business of crowdfunding comics, but you'd already you're an old hat at that point, and so I came to you for advice, and you had that advice to give, so I'm always super thankful for that. Jack Irons is one of the first books that I bought through crowdfunding. So
I'm very grateful.
Great book, man. Really good stuff.
Thank you. Well, thank you. I've always tried to, with my work, to also just be an open way, an open platform for folks to dive into this insanity. It's always insane. I hope it's less insane than what Vaughn here is dealing with more often. But it's a hard place to find footing, and I've always taken great pride in helping folks find that footing as they helped me.
Well, it was much appreciated at the time, because this is as we're finding out, this is a very tough game to get into. This is your third book. You are still unfunded. Now you have big goals on your campaign, so it does take you a while to get funded. But you've pulled through in the what is it? In the clinch, in the clutch. What is it? The very end.
Yes.
You've done it every single time. So I have no doubt that you will be able to pull off that buzzer beater again towards the end. But we're going to hopefully get you a little bit forwards here. Mo says he's just a standard bogan, but he does identify as VIP. Mo Biggs is a VIP bogan, even if he's not in the VIP super bogan room. He is most definitely a VIP.
Not every super bogan is a Renchi Award winner, Mike.
Two-time Renchi Award winner. Mel Smith says yes. Back Jack Irons. Cody's got more books out than Rob. Does he? He does. This is the fourth one. Rob hasn't got his fourth one out.
Oh, there we go.
Mel says, you're the VIP, Mo. Jason Sandberg for 5. Cody, your trailers for Jack Irons are fantastic. Great job. Well, speaking of, let's just jump right into it. I've got it right here, actually. Hang on. No, I don't have it right here. I downloaded it. I got so busy with other stuff, I forgot to upload it. So let me rectify that right now. Here it is, the trailer for Jack Irons, live on Indiegogo.
Yes.
Thank you for the super chat, Jason, by the way. Oh, yeah. Can we get crack on? You can try. Look at the people on this book. Look at the artists you have assembled.
Yes,
on this book.
I've always been very proud.
Yeah, I mean,
of
that's
the
what
teams
first
I've been
caught
able to
my
work with.
eye. You should be. But as well, this is a really fun story, and it's great when I've actually read one, so I don't have to ask the person necessarily. I know what they're talking about. You know, this is actually a really there's so much going on in Jack Irons. It's like, well, it's a Western, but it's also kind of cyberpunk, and it's got the four horsemen of the apocalypse in it. I mean, there's a lot going on in this. Are you a crazy person, Cody?
Well, I'm in indie comics, Michael.
Yeah, so yes.
Yes, I mean that's simple. But no, one reviewer had said, it was a very kind way of putting it. I loved it. He said, I used a shotgun when I should have used a sniper rifle, but I nonetheless hit my target. That's exactly what I'm doing. With Jack Irons, it came out of that learning of human experience, the weight of history, all that, and trying to connect empathy and become an adult. Came from that when about 16 years ago is when I started this, and then as it grew, it's become a way for me to kind of get out some of that anti-authoritarian angst I've always had in me. There's a lot of that within these that I explore and I talk about, and I try and present in the in a fun way, in a caricatured way, big, exciting, iconic imagery. But at the same time, I'm trying to deal with deep things that everybody deals with every day in their life, one way or another. Some of those great things that are looking over your shoulder at all times, whether or not you acknowledge them. And I think, and I have consistently found that people really do resonate and connect with the expressions we've been able to do. I think that's how I've worked with so many great people. I've worked with Vaughn before, in fact, on a pinup back in the day. Wonderful piece. Him and Narwhal worked on that. I've done, I've found a lot of other creators. I founded a comics imprint, Ironverse Comics, and I've been able to allow other people to express and play in this playground to do very similar concepts of basically, seeing all this weight, all this, darkness that we've allowed to fester, and that's what these horsemen tend to symbolize, and facing it and with a smirk, because it's our battle, it's nobody else's. And so
remind me who you've got here. These remind me who they are here. Who have we got?
All right, so we got from left, top, bottom, and then right. We've got death, war, famine, and plague. So death, of course, is very self-explanatory and the most enigmatic of these four pillars of Ironverse Comics. War, all these are pretty self-explanatory. That's part of their imagery, right? But how they work on the storytelling universal level is that when a sentient species, so this can happen on any planet, in ours in particular it happened a unique way, but on any planet within Ironverse Comics, within almost their entire universe, if a sentient species reach a certain affinity, a certain level of expression of these things, these Lovecraftian almost demons rip their way into reality and then seek to perpetuate themselves and make reality them. So they're not allies, but they do tend to feed each other. They're a constant war, and so or a constant struggle, because war is one of them. But they're at constant odds, and so we have to find our way in the middle of this to find our own path, and that's where we find Jack, who is a sort of expression of human experience, a reincarnated immortal, someone who has lived many different lives, many different shades of life, been the bad guy, been the good guy, been the regular Joe. He's been everybody, and now he finds himself stuck in a body. He can't die, he can't transition, but he remembers all these things, and he's watching humanity manifest these evils and basically lie in the bed it's made. And where we find him in issue 1 is he's kind of just been going along with the flow, and by issue 3, which was the end of the first arc, we got him on a mission. He's going to go ahead and face one of these things, figure out what he's missed. He had a friend show up, quote unquote friend. Anybody who's read issue 3, you kind of see how he got Jack's attention, let's say. And now we're diving into the first of the Horsemen's territories to figure out what Tracker, Earth's top predator, wanted Jack for, why he finally came after 100 years to get Jack to actually move and do something. And so we're going into Famine Inc. We're diving into corporate hell, and we're meeting the 4 revelations within. And I'm so excited. I've been sitting on the script for a little bit longer than I wanted, and I am damn excited to show it. I've learned a lot. A lot of folks who have funded our work have allowed me to do some really crazy stuff and learn. I got an education I couldn't have gotten anywhere else through crowdfunding. It's been incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I've gotten to break into comics, which I couldn't do anywhere else, and I tried for years. with the same line artist to break in, and they silence, right? So eventually we made ourselves heard. And I've been continuously able to make ourselves heard. Anybody who this like interests, we've always had issue number 1 available for free through various means. This right now, the best place to go to ironversecomics.com, and you can read issue number 1. If you like issue number 1, you're gonna love what we're doing. You get to read the full thing, and I think even half of issue number 2, just to kind of get you hooked and get you into it. Again, a wonderful artistic quality. I work with amazing talent, Stephen Cannon, Maxi Dalla. I've been working with for about 7.5 years.
This
now.
crowd is very familiar with those two. And we're big fans, big fans. We've seen them on a bunch of different books, and they crush it every time. Every time. Now I think they're working with recently Adam Lawson.
Yes.
On a book, and it's just
I was blessed to work with him as well. I did a short in the Kill Journal. Maxie did a short in the Kill Journal, and Steve got the coloring gig on it, which was excellent. I was so happy Adam did that for me. And then Kids and Monsters is what Maxie did with Lawson most recently. 72 pages, wonderful, all ages work with Mike Spicer of all folks, which is just wonderful coloring on that. Just an incredible mainstream artist. Cool, folks are kind of interested on that spectrum. Mike Spicer's a great professional colorist, and I'm so excited.
You got a backer here from Chris Stanley. Says, I got you, Cody. Just back so the wonderful catch up tier. Congrats, man. Right. And also Cougar Crumby backer 129. That is awesome. Thank you so much.
I think the hat goes on for that. Thank you folks so very much.
Awesome. Jack was I really dig this story. I really dig the character. I like everything about it. It's just good. You know what I really love though? I love that it's a real comic book story. I don't know if it could be anything else. Because, you really do. You've got that sort of native spiritual side of it mixed with the cyberpunk city side. That it's in space, but it's in nature. It's a cyborg metal kind of cowboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is comics. This is what we can do. Just go absolutely crazy. I love that quote. You said
go absolutely shotgun. Yes, I totally used shotgun instead of a sniper. And
that's why,
when I hit my target.
Before I knew what I wanted to do with this channel,
that promotes violence.
What's that? Sorry,
that promotes violence. Your shotgun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shut it for. No shotguns. No shotguns. All right?
I feel unsafe.
Yeah, and we think that's what's actually causing Eric Weather's channel to not be monetized, is because there's a clip of Clint Stoker holding a gun.
An airsoft gun. Okay, first of all.
Oh, even better.
I know, it makes it more fun.
I'm covering Joe up here.
I wasn't allowed on a dating app because I had a picture of me just shooting clay pigeons with a shotgun, like just doing a sport. And they were like, you can't have an image with a gun. And I was just like, but it's a sport. Like, you're like saying like certain people who play certain sports aren't allowed on your app. And they were just like, guns kill people. I got this like email from some bitch who works for them. Like, guns kill like millions of people every year. I was just like, are you fucking for real? Am I dating you now? Is this this like our date? Is this the date?
They are for real. Mel loves your soy voice, by the way, Vaughn. She finds that funny. It's very good. Arthurline, yes, that's why. It is so soy. Mo says, I warned you guys about Clint. That man is a ticking time bomb, a menace to society. I know, right?
Joker.
He didn't want any super chats going to Eric. He wanted them all for himself. I know exactly how this guy works. Jennifer is back. Thank you so much. She says, Von, I just want to clarify. I looked up some images of Josh Homme, and you look at least 10 to 15 younger than him. So you are right up Jennifer's alley. You were right in her pocket.
It's because I didn't get to have the rock star life that he had. So he got
there you go.
15 years of nasty, but I'll catch up. I'll get there. Don't worry. I'm working at it.
Rob points out, isn't it crazy that campaigns and channels can be canceled without a clear, defined reason?
Welcome to the new.
And YouTube,
they like it that
YouTube videos as well.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no rhyme or reason. I've got to get rid of my Cheers intro because it gets blocked on some, but not on others.
I love that thing. Made me feel
like I think I'm gonna do a good replacement. But as I was talking this with Camel yesterday, and he's, sometimes it's just good to have a change. a little bit of a refresh. That's what we're going to do here. Nefarious for 10. Cody's been out here in these streets grinding longer than most. Can confirm.
Yes,
absolutely. He's an OG.
Yes,
Maxie and Steve are a dream team. Yep.
Yes.
Let's get crack. Let's get crack irons funded.
Crack irons.
Shout out to Monica.
You're gonna have to use the Frasier opening for your YouTube now.
I think I'm gonna move away from the TV things and just
all the tossed salads and the scrambled eggs.
Hashtag crack pack backs. Every day bow. Thank you so much, Nefarious.
Thank you.
Yeah, when I was starting this channel, I was like, what am I going to do? Well, what can I do? I can do some fan art. And I think one of the very first pieces I ever did was Jack Irons, because I thought this is a really cool character. It's one of the first crowdfunded books I backed and received and loved. It was a great intro, actually, to indie comics, crowdfunded indie comics, because it's like, you get that. You're like, oh, there's some real good stuff out here.
Isn't that cool?
That's always been my standard. Yeah, it's always been my standard. We've always been punching far above our weight class, and we're happy to, because kind folks allow us to. But you know, it's been an incredible journey that I'm just always so very grateful for. Again, there was no other pathway for me getting into this. This is something that's super been important to me to just express. Financially, all that other fun stuff, fine. I've been able to pay some wonderful talents to keep working and help them get a name. I'm great with that. But the point of Jack was to share something that I believe was very important. And so that folks have found that as well, have lent their energy, their time, their support, their platforms. Thank you very much, Michael. And so many other things to allow us to get the word out on this. Absolutely, as you said, I'm insane that this crazy project that couldn't exist under any publisher, honestly. I'm with Wicked Publishing, but they found me. I didn't go looking for them. That couldn't exist under any mainstream thing. I think if we were to show up on shelves next to books, we'd punch above them. But nonetheless, it was something I didn't ever expect to really happen. When I started this, when I dived into crowdfunding, I just wanted to fund the line art for issue 2 so I could share that as well. And a bunch of crazy stuff happened that campaign, and we adapted. We had to collect names but we had to collect all the addresses and names for backers personally because we weren't offering physical perks in that one. That campaign, if folks go back and look at it, it was probably the most unorthodox campaign run, at least
I remember
comics.
I remember it.
Yeah.
I didn't have the audience at the time to help you out, but I'm glad I do now, so that we can help get some eyeballs on this. Because this really is Cody is OG. Jack Irons is awesome. It comes
Jack Irons
highly
is a
recommended.
staple. Is a staple of indie comics and like the beginnings of a lot of us. He was there. He hired me and Narwhal to get to work together, which was great. Yes. And your comic is awesome. Your characters are awesome. The art's always been amazing. The delivery's always been great. I mean, you're an OG, like he says, and it's just great to see you like still rolling and making books, man.
Oh, we do the work. This is an ongoing series with so very much to tell, and we just get better each go. If you see Maxie's original line art for issue 1, that was a good 4 years, because I was trying the publisher circle with it first before we got to issue number 2, and then the line art changes drastically because he goes in a more cartoony stylistic approach, but at the same time he's able to keep the vibe and it's not like a big beat. And then issue 3, he was able to add more action, more movement. Issue 4, as you went through those gorgeous line art preview pages, he's trying to work really heavy with the inks on this issue to convey diving into this almost alternate world on Earth. And his ability to storytell alongside my insanity is something you will not find anybody else do.
The marriage made in heaven.
Hell yeah, love it. Rock out with it.
Well, awesome,
guys. I have to bail. Unfortunately, hate to
jump out. We're about to end the show too, but thank you so much, Von, for
Okay.
coming in.
Yes, thank you. Good luck.
You can jump
I'm
out
looking
at
forward
any
to
time.
Terror.
Okay,
I'm so looking forward to Terror.
Guys,
And I'll see you. I'll see you in a few days. We're gonna do the closeout show. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna celebrate no matter what.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah,
I'll see you later.
I appreciate you guys. Have
See
a
you,
good
Vaughn.
night.
Thanks
Take
so
care.
much,
Good night.
Vaughn.
Thanks everybody for coming and showing up and supporting. I really do appreciate it, man. You
Awesome,
guys
man.
get me through this. You make this possible. Thank you. Take care now.
Cheers, man. Bretsky the Great, back in number 132. The book looks great and love the trailer. Salute. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any others. Oh, we got Jennifer's back. She says, Michael, to be honest, I feel almost nothing is safe. Not bank accounts, fundraising platforms, or much anything else. At least in Canada, I feel you, Jennifer. Australia is probably the closest to Canada in terms of all that nonsense. So yeah, I don't know what the future holds for any of us. These are crazy, mad times we live in, and hopefully the power of the crowd can overcome. Thank you so much for the super chat. Dark Gift, want me to do a cheers on the guitar? I won't be blocked. There's a lot of covers out there. I think I'm just going to move on from the cheers. We'll do something new. We'll do something different. We'll see how it goes. If people like it, we'll figure it out.
To be fair, even covers are getting hit these days. If I follow a lot of indie artists, musicians on YouTube who that was their bread and butter, and then they'd release an original song and would get less, sadly, but that was their bread and butter. And now I'm seeing them pivot to corporate deals where they'll do an original song for a certain IP or whatever.
It's frustrating.
It's frustrating. That's been recently. Even melodies have been getting hit. It's crazy. It's crazy.
They just want to make it less fun for us. We're just trying to have fun, and I'm not taking any of their money. They can have all the ad revenue they want from it. I'm not claiming any of it. Go at it, guys. But anyway, Jennifer Grover for 5. Michael, I'm going to back these guys' books. But right now I'm too loaded. Let's make sure. Yeah, you don't want to mess things up. Thank you so much. Hopefully you do. They really are great books. So you're investing your money. Well there. One Vicket Eva is all good with Von's campaign. We're still finding out. It's still up. You can back it. So yeah, that's all happening. Oh, we've got a new member from Chris Stanley. Thank you so much. Joe, lift up that velvet rope and let Chris into the VIP Bogan area. Thank you so much. That is awesome. All right, that is it.
You got a couple backer numbers in between those two super chats, Mike. Yeah.
Let me. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for pointing that out. All right.
Yeah, someone backed both campaigns.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not seeing it. Why can't I see it?
Oh, let's see. Let's see if I can put it in the private chat here.
Scrolling.
There we go.
All right. Thank you. Hang on. Albino Thunderbuns. I know that guy. Joe, back in number 134 for Jack Irons. Number 4 and 1052 for Terror in the Trenches and Monster MD. Joe,
I've got Jack Irons 1 through 3 on my shelves behind me. I've been
me too.
Yeah. Mike, you and I both know it's like Star Wars meets The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly meets the Apocalypse. There's nothing else like it. I love the series. I had some financial matters to attend to earlier in the campaign, but I saw that the call was going out for backers, and so I was going to back it anyway this weekend. And then when you told me what was going on with Vaughn, I was like, well, I was going to back Terror in the Trenches closing night, but it looks like I'm going to step up to the plate tonight. And, just because I really don't like censorship and I really don't like people interfering with other people's business, I decided to go ahead and back Monster MD while we were at it.
Oh, wow. Excellent. Love to hear it. Yeah, these people are not going to bring us down. Like Cody said, we just have this rebellious anti-authoritarian streak inside us that will not be quieted. It just won't happen. Eric the Guapo says, was it a copyright thing? Yeah, it is. It's weird because it's fine on some shows and it's not fine on others. And because they claim a different episode of Cheers. I don't know I'm just going to move on, try and find something new, and hopefully everything will be fine. I got another super chat here from another Eric. Woo! $20. Thank you so much, Eric Kennedy. Speaking of another great artist. Hello. This stream is all class. Thank you so much, Eric. I am going to... Thanks, Eric. That is awesome. Love Eric Kennedy. I'm going to do a refresh here on the campaign. It looks like you picked up a few backers. Whoa, 8 new backers.
8. Thank you.
Amazing. All. And you're sitting at 49% funded, 6,695 US. which is awesome. Now there's still 11 days to go on this campaign.
Yes.
Thank you to everyone who's backed it so far. Again, I mean, we say it enough. This book comes highly recommended from all the people that you know and trust.
Yep.
So you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with it. I do want to find there's some new people coming in late in the stream. We were talking about Terror in the Trenches earlier. Whoa! Picked up another 9 on top of the already about 10 we picked up there for him, which is great to see. The censorship won't work. The false flagging won't work. The campaign is still live. He's going to sort that out, hopefully. Slavic One asks, why was the campaign flagged? Because it promotes violence. Now, we don't know what specifically. They said it was a perk. We're hoping it's not just a guy with blood on his face, because that would be a out-and-out disaster for all of comics. Best case scenario, and this is not a good case, this is best case, not a good case, is that it's this Terror gas vial replica, which is a 3D printed display piece. It is not real gas. There's no gas involved. It's not got to do anything with Terror in the Homeland Security sense of the word.
Nope.
It is essentially a cool, updated can of spinach for Popeye.
Yes,
is what it is. But we're hoping that's it. And even if that is the case, he's going to have to take that perk down and refund everyone. And they didn't just back the thing. They probably backed the book as well. You can imagine every single one of those 43 people also backed the book. Will he have to refund them at the same time? I don't know. Hopefully not. But we'll find out. He's just gotten sort of boilerplate responses from Indiegogo, automated nonsense. He's not talking to real people yet. Hopefully on Monday he can speak to some real people. Hopefully someone like Ethan, I know that there's some others who have some contacts with Indiegogo, can sort of grease those wheels, get the ball rolling quicker, and this can all be sorted out, because Von will be back on this channel in a few days for the closeout. He's closing out in a couple of days. We're going to do a closeout party right to the very end. It's going to be fun, and hopefully you'll all come back and join us for that as well. Dark Gift for 10. I do covers all the time, never get hit. Tricks to beating the algorithm. That said, musical segue. If you like the music in Jack Irons' trailer, check out Laguna Munta, friend of Cody, if I recall. Is that accurate?
Yes,
thank you
indeed.
so much, Doc.
Yes, indeed.
That was good music. I like that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's a local independent musician. He's put out 2 self-published albums. Check them out. Thank you so much, Dark Gift.
Jennifer Grover for 5. Jennifer, you are the super chat queen tonight. Yes. The VIP, the MVP. I don't think I said hi to Albino Thunderbun, so I want to say hi to him. Also, Michael, I love you, not inappropriately, but I do. Thank you so much, Jennifer, again. Lord Crackett is right. Wow, it's going to be a lit CG talk tomorrow night, that's for sure. This is some craziness. This is some craziness indeed. Oh, Daniel Russell, back at number 135 on Jack Irons. Awesome. Cody,
thank you.
But this is the first time we've ever met face to face. I don't know why it took so long, but I'm glad we've we've seen each other now. We know what we look like, and we've chatted, because I've been a big fan and supporter all these many years, and I'm happy to see that you're continuing, and I'm glad to see that you're on your way now to getting this thing funded.
Yeah, I mean, we pulled off
rally around.
With the issue number 3 campaign, we pulled off 40% the last 2 days, primarily the last
I remember.
day. It was an incredible rally for folks, and we were at a 10K goal on that one. So it is 100% possible for some reason with our little corner of magic here in Indie Comics to get this done. So if you're looking at that number like, it might not fund, throw in a couple bucks for us, and help make that
He's
magic
done
happen.
it before. He's absolutely done it before. And Mobig points out you are 50% funded.
All right.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
Indeed. Eric Grant for 5. Can I be the super chat queen? No. This is not quite how we roll. We don't steal the queen titles from women on this channel. We don't do that. But I'll take your super chat nonetheless, and thank you, and give you a hat tip, because I do appreciate Eric Grant, the puzzle solver himself. Cody,
Yes.
That's the show. We're going to have to
Alright.
leave. I got to
No
get back to
worries.
work. I do have Camel Nights later on tonight. Everyone, please do go subscribe to Camel Moon. We have lots of fun over on that show. I think it's in about 3 or so hours or something now. We did do an earlier show tonight. Thank you to everyone who joined tonight. We did early. We just had to. We had to jump. We had to get in and chat about this. I felt like it's an important topic. So thank you to everyone who turned up. Joe, thank you for reorganizing your schedule as well, so you can come out, hang out with us tonight. And Cody, yes, thank you so much,
absolutely.
man. Really
Thank
good
you,
to
really.
finally meet you over the
Yes, same, Michael. Same.
Oh, Jennifer, yet again, Michael, can I be the CG mother or one of the CG mothers? We have many CG mothers, so yes, you absolutely can be.
Absolutely.
You absolutely can be. And thank you again for the super chat. Lord Crackhead, there it is. Camel Knights, the link. There you go. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Mel. Yeah, my wife knows what to do with all this streaming stuff. But the biggest thank you of all, as always, goes out to you, wonderful, amazing, incredible, phenomenal, sexiest chat in all of CG. You guys rock. That is another week done. I will see you later at Household, and then I'll see you in a couple of nights for the Painted Death draw stream. Until then, have a great weekend, and let's just all be awesome to each other. All right, guys. I can't close out with the cheers intro. All right. I think then I'm going to close out with this one. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.
This country, you got to make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman. That's why you got to make your own moves.